How's it going, everybody? Tim here, aka the Greyhound Guru, and today I want to talk about essentials to take with you on a long Greyhound trip. Now, when I say long Greyhound trip, I mean any trip over like a day, 2 days, 3 days, a trip where you're going to have a couple different layovers, you're going to be on a couple different buses, just anything over your average right down the road Greyhound bus trip, long Greyhound bus trip. Um, and I'd actually had a couple different viewers request this video, and I want to apologize in advance that it took me so long to make it, but I was doing research and trying to just narrow down the items that I thought were essentials and not just have like 200 things in this video. So I think I've narrowed it down to like 10 essentials that I feel that if you take with you will make your trip easier and more enjoyable. So let's get started. Number one has to do with luggage, and that is your carry-on bag. I highly recommend you taking a backpack. Now, for your check bag, kind of whatever bag you want to use, I'll talk about that a little later. But for your carry-on, I highly recommend using a backpack. And the reason for this is a couple different reasons. Number one is just easier to get into. You're on the bus, you've been on the bus for 5 hours, you want to get something out your bag. If you have a carry-on suitcase, it's usually going to be in the overhead bin. You got to get it down, open it up, it's hitting the person next to you. It's just a hassle. You have a backpack, you put it under the seat, put it under your seat. You need something, you just pull it out, open the top, reach in there and get it. And a lot of the items that I'm going to list later on will fit into the backpack. Boom, you got it all right there. This is personally what I always do. I always have a backpack with me. Another reason too is you will have a lot of stops that aren't necessarily stations. You'll be stopping at fast food places, gas stations, places to get out, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, maybe get a cigarette break. And I recommend always taking your carry-on with you, just because you don't know who's on the bus and potential thieves where they might be. So while you're in the McDonald's, if you leave your carry-on, anyone can take it down, run off the bus, you'll never know. So I recommend always taking it with you. It's way easier with a backpack. You just throw it on your shoulders and you walk wherever you're going. You go in the bathroom, it's easy. You can just hang it on a hook if you're in a stall, or just keep it on your back, if you're using the urinal or something. And you don't look crazy lugging a suitcase around the 7-Eleven. So for ease of use, I definitely recommend taking a backpack as your carry-on. Now the second tip, the second essential, is for your checked bag, and I definitely recommend having one with wheels. Big, small, whatever size you need, just get one with wheels. I didn't do this in the beginning. I used to have one of those huge duffel bags, and I would just jam everything in it, and it would be like 48 pounds. Just barely make it to the limit under the bus. But then when I was at the station and I was transferring buses, when I had my luggage, it was always a hassle just carrying this huge bag around. You have to pick it up, put it down. A lot of times you're in these lines and they're moving slowly when you're loading the bus, loading onto the bus, and it's just a real hassle. But when you have wheels, you just roll the suitcase along. There's also times too where when I got off the bus, I had to walk to a hotel right down the road because I'm too cheap for a taxi or an Uber. And it was way easier when I have wheels. You just wheel it down the street. So get you a suitcase, and I recommend getting it with wheels. So backpack for carry-on, wheeled suitcase for check bag. This third essential is kind of an add-on, not really going to change your trip all that much, but it is for peace of mind. And that is luggage locks. And I mentioned this in one of my videos about how safe your luggage is on Greyhound. I really don't think there's an issue with people going through your luggage when you keep it with you. But just for peace of mind, you never know. Just get you a couple cheap luggage locks, put it on your check bag. That way, if your bag is ever out of your sight, if they're changing it from different buses or they have to hold it in the back for some reason while you're on a layover, you just know no one's going through your luggage. Real quick, I wanted to also mention that all these items I'm mentioning, I will, in the description box, have a link to either the item I personally use or one similar on Amazon. And while it's probably easier to buy them from Walmart or the dollar store or somewhere local, if you just want kind of a visual of what I'm talking about, or kind of the one I recommend, check out the links and you can see one on Amazon. If you want to buy it on Amazon, feel free. But it's really just kind of a visual aid to show you what I'm talking about. So Moving on, here's one that I think is extremely important because I've not had it and it's been a problem, and that is a water bottle. Like, I definitely I should have put this as number one probably, is a water bottle. Because there's sometimes usually 2 to 3 hours on a bus they'll have a stop. But I mean, that's a long time if you're thirsty. So every chance I get, I take a water bottle. Whenever I'm at a station, I fill it up. And what I'll usually do is get some other form of drink too. If I'm somewhere, McDonald's, I might get a large soda. I get some other form of drink to drink, and my water bottle is just my backup. Or if you're not a water drinker, whatever you want to put in there. But I always have a water bottle with some form of liquid in it, other than alcohol. I know what y'all are thinking. Other than alcohol, because that can get you kicked off the bus. But some form of liquid, just in case you get thirsty, and it's going to be another hour or so before the bus stops. Hydration is important, especially on the Greyhound, because it can be hot and dust, and so bring a water bottle with something to drink. And the next essential goes right along with that. Bring you some snacks. Bag of chips, couple bag of chips. I usually get, you can buy those variety packs of like peanut butter crackers or whatever. I just throw one of those in my backpack. Kind of like an emergency deal too. But then I don't eat a lot. Depends on how much you eat, how many snacks to bring. But go to the dollar store, get you something cheap, throw it in your bag. And yeah, if you get hungry and you just can't wait to get to the station or a food place, at least you have something that'll keep you going. But don't eat too much, because you really don't want to have to take a boo-boo while you're on the bus. Because as I've mentioned in other videos, the buses, the bathrooms aren't the best. Not always the cleanest. So I just eat a few snacks that just kind of sort of fills my stomach, and then I'll eat a bigger meal when I get to a Greyhound station or a food place. Okay, moving on. These are a couple things that I personally don't use, but I've seen other people use them. Some people swear by them. One would be a travel pillow. A lot of people like to have the little travel pillow, or some of the rectangular ones. Different types of travel pillow, but a lot of people feel it helps them to sleep. And also a travel blanket. Like I said, I don't use them, but there have been times when I wish I could have had one, because you don't always get to regulate the temperature on the bus. Like, the drivers would be like, if it gets too cold, let me know. And then people would be like, we're freezing. And they just ignore them. So, little travel pillow maybe help you sleep, and travel blanket for those times when, it's a little chilly on the bus and you just want to wrap up. Now, notice I say travel blanket and not full-size grandmother's quilt that you've had since you were 15. I have seen people do this on the bus, and it's pretty annoying to be sitting by someone who's got a huge blanket and it's all on you. So just get you a nice little, travel blanket you can curl up in. Like I said, I'll link to one on Amazon, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But a lot of people feel that those help them get more comfortable, as well as the next items on my list, and that would be sleep mask and earplugs. Like I said, I personally don't use them, but if you got a long trip and you're going overnight, and you really want to, if you got like a 2-day trip, you really want to get some sleep in, and if you're not going to be able to sleep well, get you a sleep mask. If noise really affects you, maybe some earbuds, and a lot of times you can find a kit that has both. The one I linked to on Amazon is a kit that has both. And if it doesn't work for you, I think it's like $10. You're out $10, whatever. But if it does work, it'll probably be some of the best $10 you ever spent. Because I can say from experience, there's been times when I couldn't sleep, and it was just it just made the trip awful. So whatever you need to help you sleep, or whatever you think might help you sleep, I recommend spending a few dollars and getting it. And if it works, your trip will go way better, because you do not want to be up for 36 hours straight on a Greyhound bus. Trust me. Okay, moving on. The next thing is basically, you definitely want to bring along your toiletries. And I figure that most people would think about this, but just in case, 2 definites. You definitely want to have some deodorant, and your toothbrush. 2 definites. Deodorant, help you smell better, and toothpaste, get your teeth done. Those are 2 definites. The good thing about toiletries is they're small. You can probably take everything you need, hairbrush, whatever else you need. But I definitely, deodorant, toothpaste, you will be thankful, and the people sitting around you will be thankful you brought those. Some other essentials too, and this is kind of with toiletries and cleanliness. I mentioned this in one of my other videos, but bring along, what I do is I bring a couple washcloths, and when I do get to a station, like I said, I've mentioned before, there's no showers. And you really, even at some of the places you might stop that might have a shower, like a truck stop, you're not going to want to pay the $15, and you might not have time to wait in line to get one. So I recommend bringing along some washcloths. You go in the bathroom, wet it up, maybe go in the stall and wipe yourself down. You go in the stall in case you want to hit your sensitive regions. And then, throw that washcloth away. That's why I say bring a couple, so you can do this a few different times depending on how long your trip is. Other people use wet wipes, and they'll get a little packet of those. You can throw those in your backpack. They're super cheap, and they'll just go in the bathroom and wash up with wet wipes. So just bring along something that can get you clean quickly, because once again, after about a couple days, no shower, no bath, you will start to have a slight oh dear. And once again, just being able to clean yourself up real quick helps you out. It just makes you feel so much better. I know this from personal experience, because if you ever start feeling yourself get real dirty and you get real self-conscious, just a little wipe down with a towel or something makes you feel so much better. And then to know that you don't stink, is definitely a plus. So like I said, bring along something to clean yourself up, and then your toiletries to go that extra mile, and brush your teeth and deodorant. Next, this is a big one. Bring along something to do. Okay, and I recommend something other than your phone. I mean, now we all have phones now, so yeah, we've got games and we've got music, videos. Those are great. The phone has made it way easier to keep yourself occupied on long trips. And since it's not like a plane, you don't have to turn your phone off. You can have your phone on. So games, music, all that stuff on your phone is cool. But I also recommend bringing along something else, just because you will get tired of that. You'll get tired of the stuff on your phone. I don't care if your phone is chock full of stuff. You're going to get tired of it. You're going to get tired of your, 90s one-hit wonder music playlist after about the third time you've gone through it. You're going to get tired of it. So a couple different things. Little things like a crossword puzzle, if you're into that, or Sudoku, or just something. I recommend something you can just have in your hand and do. A book you can read. I recommend things like that, because there will be times you're at stations or buses and you're bored, but you don't want to pull your electronics out, maybe, because you really don't trust the people around you. If they get you for your crossword puzzle book, $3, So I recommend just little cheap things you can do. If you lose it, whatever, but just something to keep you occupied. But of course, the good thing, like I said, the phone is great. Before you go on a trip, I do recommend getting some new music, some new playlists on your phone. You should be able to stream, since there's Wi-Fi on the buses. You should be able to stream music most of the time, but don't always bank on this. So download you some music on your phone just for emergency times when you can't stream or the Wi-Fi is not working. Like I said, some games. Bring your laptop with the hard drive and watch some movies. Me personally, my favorite thing to bring along is my Kindle. I think I looked it up when I was making this video. I got a link to it, but I think you can get you a Kindle Fire for $50. I got Amazon Prime, so I can download my TV shows to my Kindle. So that's what I do. I just bring my Kindle along, and I just will download seasons of shows, and then when I'm on the bus or at the station, I just sit there and just binge watch a season. That's what we do now. We binge watch. So you download a season that's 10 episodes or something. That's 7 hours. That can get you through a long section of your trip. And once again, like I said, $50 is kind of cheap. On the off chance that something does happen, and somehow someone gets you for your Kindle, the way I look at it is they're not getting my phone, which has lots of valuable stuff I need. They get me for my Kindle, $50. Like I said, don't think that'll happen, but these are just things I think about. So the big thing I bring is my Kindle, and just watch movies, TV shows, and different things on there. And also you can read books, which is cool. One good book can last you hours. But no matter what you're into, just bring, as long as it's legal. When I say something to do, I don't mean smoke weed the whole trip. That's illegal. You can't do that on the bus either. But whatever you do keeps you occupied. Bring a form of that on the bus with you, because looking out the window is great, and I enjoy the scenery. That's one of the reasons I take Greyhound. But after a few days, and then depending on what state you're going through, you can only look at so many like cornfields, or so many like cotton fields, before you just get bored and want something to do. So bring something to do. Here's one that should go without saying, but I've been on the bus and people didn't get this memo. Bring some earbuds. The drivers say it every single time. When you get on the bus, you can listen to music, blah, 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 watch movies, but have earbuds. And there's always that one guy who, doesn't have earbuds. And you can hear his music. And I've actually seen a person almost get kicked off the bus for this. After about the third time, the driver said, "Hey, turn that music down, put your earbuds in." He was like, next time I'm pulling the bus over, you're getting off. And it finally was what stopped it. But take you some earbuds, and get you some. I recommend, like me, the first time I had some 99-cent ones from Walmart. I was like, y'all not charging me no money. I got over on y'all. And these were the most uncomfortable, god-awful, probably almost gave me an ear infection earbuds. So spend a couple dollars, and spend about $10, 10-12 bucks. Get you some decent earbuds, because you're gonna have them in a long time. And just music will be clear, and they won't hurt, and everyone around you will be thankful, so they can sleep and they don't have to listen to you listen to A$AP Rocky the whole trip. So those were just the essentials that I recommend. Like I said, I have all these listed in the description box, so you can go through and just kind of see, or come back and check this video if there's something you want to brush up on before you take your trip. If you think I've missed anything, some of y'all are longtime Greyhound riders and you feel like I've missed anything, please leave in the comment box below, as well as any questions anyone might have about any of these items or anything else about Greyhound. Please leave in the comment box below. If you look on any of the comment sections on my videos, you see that I try to respond to every comment if I can understand it. I try to respond to every comment within a couple days. Sometimes I miss a few and have to go back later and I'll find them, but try to respond. Or you can message me on YouTube and I'll get back with you. Check out, if you have some questions, check out some of my other videos on my channel, and I might have already answered them. I'm trying to go through and answer most of the frequently asked questions about Greyhound, but if I haven't, feel free to ask me. Even if I have and you kind of want more clarity than the video showed, like I said, message me, hit me in the comment box, and I will respond. But thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, and I'll talk to you later.